FMS has released a scale crawler with a variety of features. This is very cool. And it has all the features you want. Let me summarize again the characteristics of the FMS Hummer H1. Portal axle. Remote differential lock. 2-speed transmission. 2WD 4WD switching. 4WS. LED lights times 20 pieces. 9 grams servo times 5, 13 grams metal gear servo times 2. 370 brushed motor. 2.4 GHz 7CH radio system. Reserve winch drive control system. Ball bearings times 47. Metal driveshaft for the whole vehicle. Metal gear for the whole vehicle. Bumper can be folded forward. The hood can be opened and has a metal locking mechanism. Windshield can be folded forward. Both side 4 doors can be opened. Tailgate can be opened. Roof can be removed. Full car simulated rivets. Exquisite interior. Soft rubber seats. Remote control steering wheel linkage. Hummer H1 introduction. In the late 1970s, the U.S. Army proposed the development concept of a high-mobility multi-purpose wheeled vehicle. The identified task was to replace a wide range of jeeps and trucks with a light off-road vehicle that could meet the requirements of all military units whilst also being able to achieve a high degree of modular maintenance, improved reliability, and at the same time also minimize logistical burdens and procurement costs. AM General finally won the contract with the Army to manufacture such a vehicle in the face of very determined competition from sports car company Lamborghini. After the war, AMG launched a civilian version of the HMMWV, officially named Hummer. The first civilian Hummer was the H1, and its owners included a number of celebrities such as boxers George Foreman and Mike Tyson, NBA superstar Cliff Robinson, and perhaps the most notable owner was none other than the Terminator himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger. In order to improve stability, the 6,500cc V8 diesel engine adopts a front mid-mounted layout and is placed at the lowest point in the middle of the beam, with the driveshaft for the front axle running parallel to the side of the engine to output the power from the transfer case. By having the powertrain low in the center of the vehicle, it ensures that the Hummer can still maintain high-speed maneuvering and stability even with its own weight being as high as 3 tons. The portal axle drive system is very well hidden within the double wishbone independent suspension system, which increases the ground clearance of the wide body to 410 mm, making it possible to navigate all kinds of rough roads and terrain. When the front and rear differentials are locked, the powerful torque is fully released, and the low-speed climbing performance is even more impressive. The FMS Hummer H1 RC model is the next in a line of high-detail scale vehicles from FMS model and, true to the real vehicle it is based on, it follows all the above designs. The FMS Hummer H1 is a very high-detail remote control scale model. The faithful reproduction of both the chassis structure and the accurate reproduction of the drivetrain are just the beginning. In order to satisfy the most critical of scale enthusiasts in both the hobby and the scale RC industry, attention to detail of this model throughout was paramount. This even extended to the perfectly recreated interior. The Hummer H1 uses a front mid-engine layout just like the real vehicle, and in order to facilitate maintenance, the hood is designed to be flipped forward. When flipping the hood up, the front bumper must also be flipped forward at the same time to avoid damage. The hood catch was also recreated 1/12 scale and stamped out of 0.4 mm sheet metal. When the hood is opened, in addition to the V8 engine, you can also see the 7-channel receiver and battery, all of which is easily accessible. As a light off-road vehicle carrying 4 people, the Hummer's 2,197 mm width is no different from that of a general medium-sized truck. The FMS Hummer H1 4 doors can all be opened, and the smart door lock mechanism is a separate unit. By opening the doors, you gain access to the fantastically detailed interior that features 4 soft rubber seats, perfectly prepared for 1/12 movable figures. The cabin also features a highly detailed dashboard and moving steering wheel that turns with the main steering. The roof is also removable, allowing the scale enthusiast to set up figures or simply view the interior. Derived from the bloodline of the Hummer, which can be traced back to the Willis gene, the windshield can be lowered forward, which is convenient for the attachment of various military weapons, or simply to achieve that more rugged and wild look. The body of the Hummer is mainly made of aluminum alloy and fiberglass, and the fixing method is riveting, so there is no doubt that the whole body is covered with rivets. Hence, on the FMS model, the rivets are of course restored to the extreme. The scale enthusiasts said that there should be lights, so there are lights, headlights, fog lights, turn signals, marker lights, tail lights, reversing lights, brake lights, with all lights able to be operated via the remote control. Power comes from a 370 motor hidden inside the scale engine casing. However, the gearbox need not be hidden as these gear assemblies operate within the gearbox housing. 2 servos are positioned one either side of the motor and respectively control both the switch between high and low speed gears and the operation of the transfer case, thus switching between rear drive and 4-wheel drive. Power from the transfer case is transmitted to front and rear axles via a pair of metal drive shafts. Both the front and rear differentials also have a differential lock function, each driven by a servo which can be locked by remote control. Four metal drive shafts transmit power at each corner of the vehicle from the differential to the reduction gear assembly, commonly known as a portal axle. As well as the vehicle coming standard with metal drive shafts, it also has a full metal gear set and 47 ball bearings. The rear wheel steering was originally an upgrade reserved for the planned follow-up model Hummer EV. We have included it as an additional hidden function of the Hummer H1, so you now have a total of 4 steering modes. The extra mode, which can reduce the steering radius by 50%, is ideal in confined spaces and is sure to further improve the driving pleasure of this beautifully recreated scale vehicle. A 2.4 G7CH digital proportional radio system, a receiver/escape/light control 3-in-1 unit, 7 servos in charge of front and rear wheel steering, front and rear wheel differential locks, high and low speed shifting, 2/4 wheel drive switching and steering wheel linkage. Unlike the common scale crawlers on the market, this is a very high detail RC crawler that comes complete with a full scale chassis structure and drivetrain system, and an exquisite scale interior with full door function. With the insistence of perfect appearance, excellent performance, the FMS Hummer H1 is presented as it should be, a no-compromise work of art scale vehicle that is sure to be one for collectors and enthusiasts alike. Specification: length, 408 mm. Width, 222 mm. Height, 162 mm. Wheelbase, 272 mm. Minimum ground clearance, 40 mm. Tire, 78 mm times 25 mm. Channel description. The transmitter outputs a total of 7 channels. The function assignment and settings are as follows. CH1, steering wheel. CH2, throttle trigger. CH3, 3-position switch, fast/slow position servo channel. Toggle the control to switch between fast position and slow position. CH4, output the CH4 value or switch the car light mode. Press for more than 2s to output the CH4 value. Press the control to switch the car light mode. CH5, 4-wheel steering switching channel. Used to set the wheels for controlling vehicle steering, i.e. front wheel steering, front and rear wheel steering in the reverse direction, front and rear wheel steering in thesamy direction, and rear wheel steering only. Suitable for partial crawlers with steering on both front and rear wheels. Switch to one state when pressing the control once. By default, it is the front wheel steering. CH6, differential lock servo channel. Enable/disable the differential lock function. Press the control to enable/disable the differential lock function. CH7, enable/disable the winch function. By default, it is disabled. Support the stretch or stop the winch. After pressing on, press ST+ / button to change the winch operating speed. There are 3 levels in increasing/decreasing the speed respectively. You can choose the appropriate speed and the level as required. After the function is enabled, the winch function will be automatically shut down if you do not press the ST+ / button within 3 minutes.
all I